Every year at Barton Academy, there are always an unfortunate few who have nowhere to go for the holidays. They're known as the Holdovers.
I heard you got stuck with babysitting duty this year. How'd you manage that?
You know, he used to be a student, right? That's why he knows how to inflict maximum pain on us.
Many people have described the Holdovers as a warm blanket of a movie. Alexander Payne, though, said in a recent interview that he's always a little bit surprised when he hears such comparisons. He just made a decent movie about how people are. Are you in team warm blanket or team decent movie about people?
I'm team both. I think it's a decent movie about people, and therefore it feels like a warm blanket to the viewer. It's comforting to them because it's relatable. And I think that's something that Alex is really good at. He doesn't have to have, a movie where all this, stuff, movie magic happens, of all this excitement. He has the ability to make the ordinary person, the mundane, special. That's hard to do. And then to write a script in which supports these people so much so that you continue to stay engaged with them for at least 2 hours of viewing it, then finding the cast, you know what I mean? Like, as many steps to that. And I think that alone should be recognized and applauded because it's no small feat. And it makes me think of actors like Cary Grant, for example. They said the reason why he never got an Oscar win was because they assumed he wasn't acting. But in fact, he was so clued in to these characters and so natural that it literally seemed like he wasn't acting. And so I think in many ways that's where Alexander excels, that it doesn't even seem like, you know what I mean? This is a script, and it's this true fly on the wall sort of experience of like a slice of life where you guys get to sit in on and view. It's a big skill.
Do you think I want to be babysitting you?
You don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that you're aching to cut him loose. What's wrong with you?
This is not a film that would normally get a sequel, but if there was and would be set during summer break, what would your character be?
Oh, summer break. She's going to the beach, for sure. That'd be cute if they went to if there was a summer house that they could go to and be by. Oh, they could go to Martha's Vineyard. Since that's close in Boston, they can go to Martha's Vineyard. And she could be cooking, and they could, that'd be really sweet.
The movie is set in the 70s. Was there ever a moment when you had to retake a shot because, for example, a smartphone or a Starbucks coffee was forgotten on set?
No, everyone was sure not to do that. We would have to sometimes reshoot because my smoking would get in the way, or if I exhaled and it then produced this big cloud of smoke, fumes around me or Paul, we would redo takes for the cigarettes. But no, people were really on it.
I don't think I've ever had a real family Christmas like this before. Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
Speaking of smoking, in real life, you're a non-smoker. But for this role, you obviously had to play someone who smokes. What was that like for you?
I did. Eventually I did, because the fake ones, they weren't cutting it. In regards to the weight of it, they were too flimsy and light, and I just was like, I'm gonna have to do the real thing. And so it was a challenge, but it was a challenge that I knew was going to really help me deepen my character. And I figured out a rhythm and practice on holding it and dragging it in a way, or inhaling it in a way that seemed realistic, because I quickly began to realize that it would tell on me, and it would be known she doesn't know what she's doing. She's never smoked before. So I really had to practice.
I'd like to propose a toast to my two unlikely companions. This is your Rubicon. Do not cross the Rubicon.
The Holdovers.
Oh, Jesus!